Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to look at the biggest update on the immigration policy in the UK. So you might have already heard about this through several news sources. However, I am going to look at the news story that has been published by the UK government today. So the document has been published by the UK government, therefore we can rely on the information, and that's why I want to look at that document through this video. So without further delay, let's look at the news story, which is biggest overhaul of legal migration model in 50 years announced. This has been published on 20th November 2025, which means today, and it says the biggest shake-up of the legal migration system in nearly half a century will be launched today, designed to reward those who contribute and play by the rules. So they have highlighted that the system will be rewarding those who contribute to the society and economy, as well as who play by the rules of the country. Then it says earlier this year the government announced it would double the permanent settlement qualifying period for migrants to 10 years, with reductions for those making a strong contribution to British life. Then the changes will apply to almost 2 million migrants who arrived in the UK from 2021, which is after the Boris wave, subject to consultation on transitional arrangements for borderline cases. And also it clearly says it will not apply to those with existing settled status who have made their lives here. So according to this, most of the migrants who arrived in the UK after 2021 will be affected due to this. And I have seen this as a main news story in most of the news sources as well. However, more details regarding this have been published in a separate document which was published by the UK government today. So that document named as a fairer pathway to settlement. So it is a longer document which contains more details regarding how they are going to check the contributions of the immigrants and who will be eligible to gain settlement in a shorter time period as well. So all those details are listed in that document, which I'm going to look at through a separate video. So for now, we'll look at this news story to understand what are the key points that are suggested to be changed. Then the next point is low paid workers such as the 616,000 people and their dependents who came on health and social care visas between 2022 and 2024 would be subject to a 15-year baseline qualifying period. So we know the route was closed earlier this year following widespread abuse of health and social care worker visa route as well. And now they are suggesting to increase the qualifying period for ILR for 15 years for health and social care work visas. Then for the first time, it can also be revealed there will be penalties for immigrants exploiting the immigration system, and migrants reliant on benefits face a 20-year wait for settlement, quadruple the current period and the longest in Europe. And also they have mentioned about the benefits for migrants. Landmark proposals could see migrants only become eligible for benefits and social housing if they first become British citizens rather than upon being granted settlement, as is currently the case. So we know currently the case is that most of the immigrants are applying for benefits, that is creating huge problems to the economy of the country. Then illegal migrants and visa overstayers would have to wait up to 30 years to settle, removing the prospect of long-term residence and security in the UK. However, in contrast, doctors and nurses working in the NHS will be able to settle after 5 years, which is a good news for those professionals. So to support economic growth, the brightest and best of international talent could have settlement fast-tracked, with high earners and entrepreneurs able to stay after just 3 years. So under the key proposals, reductions for contributions have been listed. The first one says immediate family members of UK citizens and Hong Kong British nationals will retain their existing 5-year pathway to settlement. And also 5-year pathway for skilled frontline public service workers will remain. Then migrants on global talent or innovator founder visas for at least 3 years could only have to wait 3 years for settlement, a 7-year reduction on the 10-year baseline. Then migrants making national insurance contributions will receive settlement after 10 years, but higher and additional rate taxpayers will benefit from reduced periods in recognition of their contribution. So according to this point, even you pay national insurance contributions, you will still have to wait for 10 years for settlement if you don't meet the other criteria that they have listed. Then the last point is migrants could also receive a discount for integration. This includes speaking English to a high standard and volunteering. So all these are explained in detail in the other document, which I'm going to look by the next video. So these are the main points that have been explained through this news story. And I wanted to highlight those main points for you so that you can understand the system better. And I'll bring you the next video as soon as possible with more details regarding the new update on the immigration policy to UK.